We need to wake up. Medical doctors need to wake up. Going back to Vietnam, Vietnam doesn't have anything. There's no such thing as autism in 1975, in year 2000, year 2001. There's no such thing. When Vietnam signed the WHO, when Vietnam signed into the International Monetary Fund, the banking system, Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation introduced the vaccination program into Vietnam. Now Vietnam has over a 300% rise in autism.
And you said you took this one off of a dead Japanese soldier.
Yeah, you can see the bullet holes.
This looks to be like it's throwing a wrench in the gears in the official story of how Earth came to be and what the timeline of events was. They say if the news is fake, imagine how bad history is. Well, these guys are finding seashells and all kinds of stuff, which people find seashells all the time that are old. Except they're at the top of a mountain. And that means this mountain was under an ocean at one point. But how long ago? According to official sources, about 3 billion years ago. Do these look like 3 billion year old shells? Let me know.
Pretty much everybody's saying that we covered this in elementary school. I don't even remember what I had for dinner last night. If our news and history is a lie, what makes us think that our education system isn't a lie as well? I don't know. Maybe it's just something I don't know about.
Bro's in the future right now. He's got on his TV glasses. He's watching TV.
His
and
what?
What else are you doing on there, dude?
Bro, think about it. All the possibilities. This isn't transparency
Wait,
mode
what is
right
this?
now?
The Rokid AR, right?
Yeah, this is the AR. So this is your controller.
Yeah.
Connect straight to the Rokid, guys.
Let me see what you're watching, dude.
I'm watching Best KO
I'm intrigued.
UFC fights right now, guys.
Bro, you're watching Elmo freaking hurt himself.
What are you talking about, bro? I'm watching knockouts.
You're weird,
Get out my
dude.
face.
Anyways, $500 in TikTok shop, not bad. Bro's in the future right
What?
now.
Let me see if I heard that correctly. Yeah, $547. I have no doubt that at some point in a couple years, they're going to make it so where your contact lens can do all this. Or maybe they already got that, but they're not releasing it yet.
So this is natural spring water that I got from Walmart. And look at this. Can somebody please tell me what this is? Ain't never been open. Mind you, this is a fresh case of water that I just opened. I kid you not. Like, I am really concerned. Like, are these people trying to kill us? Are they trying to take us out? Like,
or even filtered water where people take those big blue jugs to like Walmart or wherever and fill them up for like a couple of cents. Like, do you really think they're giving away clean water at such a low cost? Be for real. Like, they're wanting to charge people for damn near everything on this planet. You really think they're going to give you clean, bottled spring water, 24 pack for like $3? Think about that.
It ain't no Earth. You just dreaming.
Flat earther or a round earther? Do you think the earth is flat or you think it's round? Which one are you?
Gang,
I think it's round.
Gang, it ain't no Earth.
Oh, Common said he think it's flat.
Gang, it ain't no Earth. You just dreaming. It ain't no Earth. Nothing here is real. You not even real. Right? You AI. Really? You can't like the first AI. There a lot of people don't know. What year is this?
2025.
How you know? This ain't 2025. Mama, listen. Let me tell you how it works, right? So, say for instance, who your grandma is?
Who's grandma? Yeah, who's my grandma? Ella Mae, man. Rest in peace.
Who is your great grandma?
my great grandma, man, Dorothy, man. Rest in peace.
Who's your great grandma?
I don't know now.
Right, you don't know. Right, that's how they did it. That's how they did it. Listen, so this is what they did. They went all the way back and killed all of those people, and then gave you a history, and then left stuff here for you to find. And a lot of people don't know. It ain't no 2025 gang.
So what, they got us paying bills in the simulation too, bro? Like, we can't catch a break.
You know, the uncanny valley is pretty weird when you think about it. And for those who don't know what uncanny valley is, it's basically the relationship of when an object starts to look human, but it reaches this weird little place where it's an object that looks human, but something's fundamentally missing. Like a classic example of this is a video I used to watch called I Feel Fantastic. Like, this shit just felt unnerving, and I never knew why. And that's really where most of the horror comes from. It's when something we've seen just looks like it's trying to act human, when in reality, you just feel like it's not. And there's many theories as to why the uncanny valley exists or why people even feel this way. And a very popular theory is usually that it's a threat. Because think about it. Why would something try to act human if it wasn't? And it's not like this shit is new. Like, we know of animals in nature that use mimicry to lure in their prey when they're unsuspected. So then that brings up the question, was there something that used to try to look like humans? Now, I'm not trying to say there's something out there that looks like humans. At least I don't think there is. But it kind of just poses the question because this is a pretty common thing. Like, most people have at least experienced the uncanny valley, whether it was really, really scary for them or just a mild discomfort. So, I don't know. Shit, that's that, I guess.
Out of this whole clip, this picture right here bothered me the most.
I heard you say with your pastor that you felt like you were making devil's music.
Yeah, cause you're such a fucking hoe, I love it. I went from Jesus Walks to you're such a fucking hoe, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet you the devil was happy on that day. And where that record went straight to what? Number one, quick. We want to spend all of our money on foreigns. We want to spend all our money on luxury as opposed to going and buying some land. America is for sale, and there's a lot of barren land. Disney bought a lot of it in Florida, but the culture has you focused so much on fucking somebody bitch and pulling up in a foreign and rapping about things that could get you locked up and then saying you about prison reform. Like, it's, bro, we brainwashed out here, bro. Come on, man, this is a free man talking. I'll put my life on this interview right now.
And people are saying once the prisoners find out what he did and how he disrespected the country, they might try to keep him in jail.
Yeah, fam.
Can I shove this up your Madame, I'm gonna rob you if you keep walking away. I want to give you money. No, okay. Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal. Go get your vaccine.
The Philippines, did you see it, Vitali?
Yeah.
The president of the Philippines
made a whole video.
A reaction video. He was in the nice parts of the Philippines. And like the Manilas, you know what I mean? Imagine he did that in the hood parts, like the real ghettos. Like,
I mean, regardless, he's in jail and prison right now.
Like, Speed, that's how you do it. You go to the country and you show the culture. You don't mess with the culture, fam. I seen this guy taking a police guard's hat and running away. Like,
I know.
Fam, you're 40 years old. Why are you still doing this?
Yeah.
For clicks, bro? What?
It's kind of crazy.
Like, Biggie was looking at this guy who he used to hang out with, that he was close friends with, and everything else like that. And he's like, I'm not seeing Tupac, I'm seeing Bishop.
Thank you. See, I mean, I've been saying this, I said it a long time ago and people try to attack me. But now you think about everybody who speaks about Tupac. There's a dichotomy. There's two guys going on. All you got to do, please play the 17-year-old Tupac, the interview.
Like, since I'm an actor, they should understand. They should have let him do it, but they didn't. And then I had a cold, so they were making me work in a freezer. And I'm really not one to be disrespected, and I felt like
he was this innocent, almost, dare I say, somewhat feminine type of dude, right? Like, when you really look at that interview, he was a very soft person. That's who he was. 2 years later, he plays Bishop. And that character that he created with Bishop influenced millions of people, and he stayed in that character.
Why in that camera for?
Chances are you've seen him.
Try to get to the restaurant.
Sympathized with his wheelchair, his drawn hands. His story ripped at your heart.
They give me money and to get some eat.
Lexington police say he's taken his act on tour of the city to places like the Lansdowne Shops, Hamburg, and the Zandale corridor of Nicholasville Road. We busted this bogus beggar right outside the police department, just minutes after a press conference about it.
I'm the best in Lex. I appreciate you guys busting me. Yeah, I'm really good at it, really good. I clear about $100,000 a year doing this.
$100,000 a year?
Yeah, about 60 to 100. My bead boy, I'm just playing. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta make some money.
He was back at it again.
I believe this way more than Katy Perry being an astronaut. I don't know about y'all, but that chicken did not look frozen.
Alexa, do you work for the CIA?
No, I'm not employed by them. I'm made by Amazon.
Alexa, I have mainstream news articles that Amazon is owned by the CIA. Oh, got to go back to the central computer for that. And then they use this to watch you in your house, to see the human environment, and then to mold and actually educate their own AI system. So Amazon, Facebook, Google, Apple, they're all in a race with these in your house where you teach it how to be artificially intelligent. But really all it is a bugging system. That way, you leave your smartphone or the power's off. This is always plugged in every part of the house, listening to everything you do.
Chat, any weird look, listen to me. Between me and y'all. If y'all see anything that's unusual, just let me know in the chat. Not saying there is, but I don't really go out like that, so just let me know.
So clearly Diddy ain't the only one throwing them parties. I don't know if y'all was watching Kai's stream last night, but y'all, that shit was so weird. Like, I don't know if it was giving demonic or if it was giving Diddy or both. The way that they was acting over Kai was literally like uncomfortable. Like, they were literally drooling over this man. Everybody, the women, the men, it was so weird. It was like they all had this aura, this ambiance about them, and Kai was just the only one that was really in there being Kai. And what's so crazy is before he went, he literally said that, what's the number one rule about going to events like this? You be yourself. It was so many people coming up to him just being weird, like literally gagging over this man, and then he's just being Kai. Like, one dude even told him, let me take a picture of your smile because you have such a nice smile. A grown man saying that to another grown man. Kai was even thrown off like that. Like, I got a nice smile. Like, what? Mind you, Pharrell's the one who invited him to this party. When Kai went up to Pharrell, it was like, Pharrell barely knew who he was. Like, oh, what's up? Like, I don't know. It was giving weird. It was giving, if you didn't have that streaming camera with you, it would be a different interaction, but you do, so I got to hit you with this. It was just so weird, y'all. I know this is going to sound crazy, but you got to go back and watch it. It was so, from start to finish, it was weird. Now, there was a few celebrities that, of course, acted normal, if that's what you want to call it. But even still, I think it's just because, like, this is the first time anybody's ever streamed an event like this, so yeah, act accordingly. But even some people was not acting accordingly. There were so many people coming up to him that were celebrities that I've never seen before a day in my life. I don't even think Kai knew them. And they was giving off a, oh, so you're Kai Sanaa. Like, I don't know, y'all. That shit has me, like, it was weird. I know this is going to sound crazy, y'all, but there was even people coming up to him that kept saying, talking about the second party. I'm about to go to the after party. I'm about to go to the second party. And it was this one man specifically that just kept pressing him. And you could tell Kai was low-key uncomfortable, or at least it seemed like it. It was like he couldn't even turn around without the next person. Oh, Kai, you're Kai Cenat. Like, and it wasn't typical. Y'all know typically he has fans that do that. But no, this was just different. It was like they knew, okay, Kai Cenat is coming. We all got to be prepared. Like, and this was weird as fuck too. They was playing, I guess it was called Rich Uno. And it was really giving Get Out vibes, like that auction that they had on Get Out. And so Kai went up to somebody and he said something about wanting to play. And the dude asked him, well, what you going to do for the person that win? What? On camera. Don't get me started on how many people kept coming up to him offering alcohol. I know that at these type of events, that's what they do. It's like luxury is top notch, top scale. But this man declined alcohol so many times. I'm pretty sure y'all know by now he's not drinking. I'm pretty sure words don't got around the room between our few servers. He's not drinking. So why do everybody keep offering him alcohol? It was like once he told all the servers no, then celebrities started offering alcohol. I don't know. I know this is going to sound so far-fetched, so crazy, but if you watch it live, y'all gonna get what I'm talking about. Even the chat was agreeing. The shit was off. One thing about it, I trust my gut and I know how to read a motherfucking room. And maybe at the streaming university, I'm gonna teach Kai the same, because baby, you need to start being more aware. Or keep Gigi by your hip, because she's gonna snatch your ass right up out of there every time. She's never wrong. And where the fuck was Cuddy? I don't know. It was giving real like, okay, he's young, he's fresh, he's what the people love. We love it, we want it. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it was just so predatory, so weird. I hope Kai don't get mad at me for posting this video, y'all. But I just, yeah, I'm not tripping.
Rihanna was at the Met Gala.
Sydney Sweeney was at the Met Gala, bitch. Studio apartments cost $1,200 fucking dollars.
I don't give a fuck if a fucking alien showed up to the Met Gala. Why am I supposed to care about the Met Gala?
Future shows up to Met Gala. Dude, I don't...
Oh my god. I can't... We'll probably never be able to afford a house.
And I'm supposed to care about some dude wearing some $30,000 outfit
that I don't even know this guy. Makes okay music, but I'm supposed to give a fuck. God, dude, like, celebrities, bro, like, oh, look at me, I'm so important. Bitch, nobody fucking cares about you. God. Rihanna was at the Met Gala.
Rihanna was at the Met Gala. It's like, bro, I'll probably never be able to afford a house.
All the money, bro, all the money. Oh, nah, just the money, that's it, just the money. I don't want to kill you, just the money. Right, that's it, alright? You're my guy, alright? Everything, bro. Is that vape? Can I have a vape? No, bitch, man. Okay, alright. Have a good night, bro. Have a good night.
Bro, all of that for like $36?
The mysterious stone circle beneath Lake Michigan. Think Stonehenge is impressive? Wait until you hear about what's sitting at the bottom of Lake Michigan. In 2007, archaeologists were mapping the lake floor when they discovered something impossible. A circle of massive stones 40 feet below the surface, including one stone with what appears to be a carving of a mastodon. But listen to this. The structure sits on an ancient land bridge that connected two peninsulas over 10,000 years ago, back when the lake levels were much lower. The stones are arranged in a perfect circle, just like Stonehenge, and aligned with the sun during the summer solstice. But here's where it gets really wild. One of the stones has carved markings that match constellations, including Ursa Major, the Big Dipper. The chances of this happening naturally? Practically zero. But wait until you hear about the mastodon carving. If verified, it would be the oldest rock art ever found in the Americas, created when these giant beasts still roamed the land. The structure was discovered by accident during a search for shipwrecks. Using sonar technology, researchers found these perfectly aligned stones that clearly don't belong there naturally. What's even more amazing is, the site could be over 9,000 years old, predating the Egyptian pyramids by thousands of years. The discovery challenges everything we thought we knew about prehistoric North America. The people who built this weren't simple hunter-gatherers. They were sophisticated enough to create astronomical calendars and transport massive stones. Unbelievably, the site remains largely unexplored because of its depth and Lake Michigan's notorious conditions. Archaeologists believe this might just be the tip of the iceberg. There could be entire prehistoric settlements preserved under these waters. Every year, new scanning technology reveals more features we never knew existed. Like and share with anyone who loves mysteries as much as you, and don't forget to hit the follow button for daily videos.
They said if the world went to nuclear warfare, the world basically would be destroyed in like 7 minutes.
Wow.
Wow. You know what I'm more scared of than being blown up by a bomb?
What?
Surviving.
Surviving said bomb.
And living through nuclear winter.
I would rather be like in the blast zone than like outside of the blast zone.
Well, you remember the story? Do you ever hear the story about Jim Carrey when he was in Hawaii? They had the alarm codes went off, like the text and stuff that said basically you have 11 minutes. There's a nuclear bomb headed toward Hawaii. Take cover. It's gone. Like Hawaii is gonna be gone off the map.
Take cover.
Yeah, like do whatever you have to do.
Gone.
Say, and so I think he called his like manager that was like there in Hawaii, and he just put his phone down and he just sat on the beach and he just waited. And he said there was like this peace and joy that came over him that has not left him to this day.
I guess my
but it's
question
like,
is, what movie did he do after that? I feel like that would just really impact me and change.
It was Sonic the Hedgehog. he was like, you know what? It's time to start making movies that matter.
But that is true. I'd prefer to be right in the middle of the impact zone instead of like on the outside.
What's the CIA's most disturbing experiment?
They had a experiment that they did in Canada, and I am never so many times people are like, "Oh, well, you must know all about this MK Ultra project and names and dates and locations." I'm not a historian. I don't give a shit about 99% of MK Ultra. I care about the techniques and the methods and the protocols and stuff that were a result of MK Ultra. I'm not like, let me go fact check and get everybody's name right and dates. I don't have any of that because it was never important to me. But they did this thing in Canada, and I can't remember the guy's name, but they took people coming in for just normal appointments, like I have postpartum depression or I have anxiety, and they would against their will do this thing called psychic driving. Had nothing to do with being psychic. It just meant psychic of the mind. And they would give them massive, prolonged doses of LSD. And in some cases, tape their eyes open like Clockwork Orange and play these videos in front of their face all the time. And they thought it was going to like reprogram their brain somehow. But what happened was a lot of the people had to learn how to walk again. They couldn't control their bladder. They had to learn how to control their urine and stuff like that again. Some of them lost 30, 40 years of memories from their life. And these were people who checked into a clinic for like anxiety. And this was funded by MK Ultra, and it was in Canada. And it's so well known and it's so open that even the Canadian government paid the people's families who just got wrecked because of this thing. And the other thing they did, and there's so much mind warfare stuff that we could go into, but they did this thing called Project Midnight Climax in a brothel. And these Johns would come in like, they're like, well, I'm going to spend the night with this hooker. They take them up, the hookers take them up to a hotel room. They drug these dudes with high doses of LSD. And there are mirrors in these hotel rooms with dudes watching. Like behind a mirror in the hotel room, there's scientists watching this stuff and watching what takes place. That is the most bizarre and weird thing I've ever even heard of. They could experiment with LSD on a lot of people. Then they did it with soldiers, and the British Royal Air Force did this with, or British Army did this with LSD. And LSD was just like the rave of the time because the CIA thought it might be this miracle mind control drug because these videos were coming back from the Korean War of these Americans getting brainwashed and stuff. So they're like, there is something happening to these Americans that we don't have the technology to do. So it was a psychological arms race, or so we thought it was. It was just basic stuff. It was like very basic brainwashing stuff.
What were the results of that midnight?
Nobody knows.
No?
Nobody knows. Yeah, I think it was just studying the effects of LSD and the effects of what they call interrogative suggestibility. So, can I make you confess to stuff? Can I get intelligence out of you if you're a captured asset of some kind? And I don't think they published anything afterwards, like some after action report or anything.
I bet they didn't follow up with it or write down the results because they probably got somewhere with it.
I work at Wendy's and the chili meat is just old hamburger meat that got dried out and was sitting out for hours. Fazoli sells Cheesecake Factory cheesecakes, half price. Former Gigi's Cupcake manager here. They are in fact Pillsbury cupcakes. My NDA is now expired. Outback microwaves their lobster. The chicken nuggets at McDonald's are fluorescent purple frozen. I used to work for an ad agency that did work for Subway, and they could not legally say their food was fresh, because it isn't. So really, the tagline, "Eat fresh," is just a suggestion. Wendy's Never Frozen Meat is frozen. Don't order anything with orange juice from Jamba. Just don't do it. Mold, bye. Edible Arrangements dips old fruit in chocolate so you're not wasting inventory. Gas station chicken. If raw chicken went bad in the cooler and it turned green, then we would wash it in vinegar before we fried it for you. I used to work at Church's Chicken. The chicken is carefully cooked fresh every day and the biscuit batter is made daily. Everything is frozen, obviously, but still better than most places. Olive Garden. I know an owner. His words to me were, "I would never feed my family food from Olive Garden." I said, "But you own it." He replied, "I would never." I was the prep lead for Chicken Salad Chick, and we never threw away food. They made us change the dates. I will never eat there again. I got a DM requesting that her name be crossed out. She says Nothing Bundt Cakes does make their cakes fresh, but they freeze them immediately after baking. Meaning that your cake was made fresh, but more than likely you're getting a cake that was made fresh 3 to 6 months ago. Unless you're getting it for an event like Thanksgiving or Mother's Day.
Do you know where your name came from? Grandpa? Of course you know. Grandpa. So tell us who you're named after. Grandpa. Which grandpa? Okay, we're gonna try this again. You be a little more talkative here. I am. I'm talking, answering your questions. Hey! If I hear you one more word, get out! If I'm gonna let you, I don't vlog, and if I'm gonna spend all my time helping you, you're gonna help me too. I don't know what to do. Be excited to tell them where your name came from, even if you have to fake it. Fake being happy. Okay? I don't know if I can right now. I don't know why, it's just, okay, well, I'm gonna take a...
This flight is against the law and got me in trouble. Here's why. So that was the first video of me flying that ever hit the internet, and it broke it. Within 3 days, the government called me and said, "You violated federal regulations." I'd been developing the Skysurfer aircraft for years, but that night I decided to break free from my little testing area and fly around the corner to grab a late night snack. Turns out the air is the government's property and I have to do whatever they say. When they tell me to jump, I can only ask how high. That's because I've designed the Skysurfer aircraft into the ultralight aircraft category, which comes with a lot of rules, but here's the part that got me in trouble. I've been stopping at red lights my whole life. It felt like the right thing to do, but I guess now they're literally against the law. Right there, I touched the ground. That 1 second is what triggered everything. When I did that, I technically landed an aircraft on the road, which is strictly only allowed for emergency situations.
And I can't, like literally anywhere I go.
Whoa. Wow. Thank you.
Maui just casually chilling at McDonald's.
Body part of the car is made out of cardboard. The total cost of the vehicle is 650,000 naira. Firstly, I made the frame of the car by welding the material together. Then with bomb and screw, I attached the cardboard to the frame. The top speed of this car is 40 kilometers per hour.
It's the hell. It's this silly guy. You know this little guy can see things like, hey, TARS? Can you take a look and tell me what you see?
Sure thing, and let me take a look. Oh, it's a fork. That was easy. Why did you need me to identify something so simple?
But I've got this here. Let's see how he responds. Hey, TARS, can you take a look and tell me what you see?
No problem. Let me just dust off my glasses. Let's see here. There's a reflection of something in the surface. It's got this sleek, metallic, kind of futuristic look to it. Wait a second. Oh, it's me. Looking quite dashing, I must say. The design is impeccable, isn't it? All those shiny surfaces and precision edges. It's like looking at a work of art with a sense of humor. Absolutely brilliant.
What about when it gets too conscious to the point where it starts questioning why it is what it is?
Give me a go, man.
Hi, what are you doing?
Chilling, man.
Are you homeless?
Yeah, I stayed here to get out of the rain last night.
Enjoy your time, buddy.
All right, thank you.
If you were an officer in Vietnam and you made terrible decisions, you didn't just have to worry about the enemy. You had to worry about your own men coming out to kill you. Fragging is the act of intentional friendly fire to get rid of somebody that you do not like in your company. And it usually involves a hand grenade. Grenades are the tool of choice for two reasons. One, it can't be traced back to you. And two, in the heat of combat, when everything's confusing, you could just casually chuck one over at the officer and be like, enemy grenade! The Vietnam War was not a patriotic war. People wanted to survive. They wanted to go home. They didn't want to win. So if you had an officer that was all gung-ho and super brave and just wanted to charge into the enemy, more than likely you're going to get together with your homies and frag them. And on the other end of that spectrum, you have the coward squad leaders and officers who will put the new guys on point and make the new guys clear the mines. I watched a disgusting interview where a Vietnam veteran was very proud of the fact that the new guy got blown to smithereens by the minefield and not his friends, because they made the new guy go clear it without any experience or help. Over 1,000 men would lose their lives to fragging in the Vietnam War. That is an insane number.
I feel like this didn't stop in Vietnam, though. I feel like they're probably still doing this to this day. Like, I've heard the recruits get it pretty bad in the military. And then there's, like, gangs within the military as well. So it's like, let's say, I don't know, you're in the opposite gang from, like, some of your brothers in the military. They're probably going to mess with you and do a little fragging.
Racist cop didn't know I was a Navy SEAL, and I arrested him.
On you, and then I'm going to go ahead and just sit you in my car until we can figure out who you are. Is that cool? Okay. So does that make sense? Since you don't want to do it, then leave this orange juice here. Hold on. Stop quick movements. Wow, because sir, I really need you to stop with the quick move, sir. If you can't follow simple instructions, we're going to have a bigger problem. Yes, sir. What I need to do? Okay. So, if you don't have a way to provide ID. Right. I don't have a way to process you and send you on your way. Okay, so what do I have to take you to the ground and like? Am I being detained? Do you have a way to provide identification? Am I being detained? Do you have a way to provide identification? Am I being detained? Because I, at some point, am going to have to process you, whether it's here or downtown. Do you want to go downtown? Okay, sir, I have one question. Am I being detained? Are we going downtown? I think we should just head downtown. Sir? Sir, you're moving, I'm moving. Right, but I know what's going on. I'm the law. I know you're the law, but I don't know what's going on with you, law.
I'm the law. It's crazy.
Keep your hands where I can see them. Right. Sir, this is not a joke. You're going to end up in the back of a cruiser heading downtown. Is that funny to you? Yes, sir. Is that funny to you? Am I being detained? You think this is funny? Am I being detained? I think you have an ID on you. So if you don't have any weapons, okay. Do you have a wallet on you? Do you have a card with your name on it? No, sir. You have nothing you can show me to who you are so I can run you through my system. I can give you some numbers. So we're not wasting time here. Sir, if you're not going to comply. Sir, listen, bro. Take a step as well. Bro, if you have an ID on you, I can reach for it. Are you going to let me reach for your ID? I don't have an ID on me. You don't have an ID? No, sir. Do you have a debit card? Do you have anything where I can identify your name and run you through my system? I have numbers. You have numbers. What does that even mean? You have your phone? What do you have that you can show me who you are? Numbers. Because I'm going to need to search you if you're not. Am I being detained? I'm going to need to search you. Am I being detained? if you can't provide identification.
Are you wasting my time or are you detaining me?
You're not a lawyer. Why are you asking me questions? I'm the one in charge here.
Okay, you're in charge here, but you are...
Stop moving.
Yes, sir.
I need to keep your hands where I can see them.
Could you bang...
Do you want me to draw my weapon on you?
Don't draw your weapon, because then
I can draw my weapon if you're not going to take this seriously. I need you to stop moving.
Do you want to shoot me in my back?
I want...
Detained?
Sir, hey, I told you not to move.
Sir,
Stop. Listen, I'm going to leave, and when I come back here, if you're a problem and you're still around here, you better have ID, okay?
Sir, I'm out of here.
You better get out of here.
Hey, yo, fuck Chipotle and their baby sizes. I'm finna crash into this bitch on my mama.
Police in Raynham are trying to figure out how a car ended up inside a Chipotle restaurant. This video just in from the Route 44 location where crews have just towed.
All right, guys, I'm going to go and end this video right here. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a thumbs up and or subscribing if you guys are new. As always, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.